fun stuff happening in Necron Turn 4. As you can see, Scarbrand is no more. He actually killed himself with the Mindshackle Scarabs. That's right, for those of you that are tired of hearing Mindshackle Scarabs, get to hear it one more time. The Necron Monoliths opened fire into this group, managed to inflict 1 wound. They opened the other 2 shots and the Doomsday Cannon into the Terminators over there. Actually managed to kill all 5 Terminators and put a wound onto Angron and Abaddon as well. Combined firing from vehicles and everything else manages to destroy a vehicle and also stun the other vehicles and shake the other vehicles. The Brass Scorpion took some hits but just shook it off. And then the Overlord and Trazine and the Lord with Resurrection Orb charged into the Plague Marines. Mindshackle Scarab one of them. And 1 combat. So he actually lost 3 guys in total there. So they're locked in combat right there. Other than that, all the shooting didn't really do much else. In close combat here, 1 Destroyer went down and 1 Seeker went down, but the Destroyer did not stand back up. And of course, the last combat, the Warriors decided to move up and they multi-assaulted the Obliterators. And the Obliterators killed 2 Warriors. 1 of them stood back up when they did not run away and did no wounds on the Obliterators, but tied them up so they won't be shooting this turn, which I think is a big deal, which is good. But still, a little more casualties on the Chaos side this time, losing all his Terminators, some Plague Marines and his Rhinos, and taking some wounds here and there. Scarbrand and a Demon Prince going down, and a Seeker and a wound off of a Blood Crusher. But other than that, he's still looking pretty healthy, so we're going to enter into Chaos Turn 4 and see what happens. End of Chaos Turn 4. So lots has happened. Demon Prince jumps into this 1 monolith and destroys it. The Obliterator wrecks the other one. The Blood Crushers charge into the Lich Guard, and then, of course, one of them gets Mindshackle Scarabed, and he loses 1 guy, and the other 2 take some damage. But I do lose 2 Lich Guard in the fight. These Blood Crushers charge over and take out this Destroyer. And then we have lots of charging and shooting at vehicles. The Doomsday Ark is stunned. They're both stunned, actually. This Ghost Ark is stunned. The other one got wrecked, and the guys piled out and then got shot at and charged by the Plague Marines, and only lost 1 guy in total. Or sorry, 2 guys. But they didn't come back, so they're dead. And Trazine was killed by the Super Heavy Walker, but the other guys killed the Plague Marines that were there. But when Trazine was killed, he decided to come back and take over the Overlord's body. The 1 guy on the board I didn't want him to take over, he kills and replaces his body. Other than that, you can kind of see the Chaos are pushing through. The Necrons are having some hard pressed to win. Obliterators are still tied up in combat. 1 of them did take a wound, but they did manage to take out a Warrior as well. But still, tar-pitting those 2 Obliterators is definitely working out for me more than him. Necrons are having a hard time with their Mindshackle Scarabs. In this close combat, I failed, or he made both of them, but we did tie combat. And yes, you see Trazine in there, because Trazine in a Necron Lord charged the last Rhino and blew it up, and they both took a wound, and they both failed it. The Necron Lord did not stand back up, and Trazine comes over and takes over one of these Lich Guard. So he's now taking over 2 guys, a Lich Guard and an Overlord. So at least this time it was just a Lich Guard and not another Overlord. Fired like crazy. Entropic Strike Shot from the Harp of Dissonance into that Rhino, dropped its armor down by 1, and then rapid firing everywhere, ripped off every weapon and immobilized it, and also shook it so the guys inside can't shoot. Not that it matters, because they're Berserkers. And so they're going to be coming out. The Catan charged, had 5 attacks hitting on 3s, and he failed 4 of them. And then the one he did make didn't even glance the Brass Scorpion. The Brass Scorpion then hit him back and inflicted a wound. Other than that, the Doomsday Ark went down. This little fight right here actually lost a couple Plague Marines. Over here he lost his Obliterator, and so these Warriors are actually chewing through these Obliterators. So that's working out. But other than that, the Immortals tried to charge into the Blood Crushers and use Mindshackle Scarabs, but he made his roll again. So he made a lot of leadership rolls on 3d6 this turn. And then they just completely destroyed the Immortals and Necron Lord. So not much left on the Necron side. Still have a bunch of troops on this side. And we have that Ghost Ark is still full of guys. But still the Chaos are starting to overwhelm and move into the Necron territory. Although this Lich Guard group is holding up quite nicely against the Blood Crushers. And the Obliterator is going down to those Warriors. So little victories for the Necrons, but overall, Chaos is pushing through. They're whittling down the Necrons pretty badly. Angron and the Bloodletters, or Bloodthirsters, charged into the remaining Warriors and killed them. All the vehicles have gone down. This group of warriors ran, but then that got charged. They got shot at, lost a bunch of guys and ran, and then got charged by the Seekers, but actually managed to kill one. They lost 2 of their own, but they stood back up. This Ghost Ark died, and these guys popped out. The Berserkers didn't have anything to charge because the things that they were going to charge ran away. And this group, actually, the warriors managed to take down, or there was another tie combat, so they basically stayed together. Over here, 3 Mind Shackle Scares is just too much, and 2 out of 3 of the Blood Crushers attacked themselves, and then follow that up by all the power weapons and actually managed to kill all but one of them in the resulting close combat. The Demon Prince here charged into the monolith and immobilized it and also stunned it. So it's not dead, but it's not going to be firing next turn either. And that is basically it. Oh, and we, of course, the Brass Scorpion had done some damage. Oh, and the Catan. How could I forget this? The Catan went down to Abaddon. No, is that Abaddon? Yeah, it is Abaddon. Abaddon rolled a 5, so he had like 11 attacks or 10 attacks on the charge, and he just destroyed the Catan. So no more dangerous terrain everywhere, which has actually worked quite well in this game, I have to say. So we're going to head into top of turn 6, because we do have time for it, even though the Necrons are obviously losing. We want to see if they can get any more moral victories here at the end, killing off a few more guys. And end of Necrons, turn 6. They managed to kill the 1 Blood Crusher, and they killed the 2 Seekers, and they rapid fired into, what's that guy's name again? Karn, and actually took out 2 of his 3 wounds, working perfectly average. And at this point, this is when I shake hands and say good game. Because clearly John's not going to win. The Chaos just don't stand a chance. Hey, we didn't even do that combat. That doesn't matter. I'm just joking. Necrons lose. Chaos wins. It'd be interesting to keep playing just to see how this unit does, because it's still pretty beefy, and it has 3 Mind Shackle Scarabs and lots of invulnerable saves. But at this point, there's obviously not much hope with the Demon Princes running around, the Blood Crushers, the Brass Scorpion, the Berserkers, and even Fate Weaver's still alive. I hate Fate Weaver. Fate Weaver's stupid. Stupid, stupid Fate Weaver. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this battle report of Necrons vs. Chaos. Thank you, John. There he is. Everybody say hi, John.
Hi, John.
So thank you, John, for coming and playing. That was a lot of fun. Necrons did get trounced, but at the same time, still managed to kill a lot of Chaos, but not enough. Not nearly enough to be able to call it even a near victory. It was definitely a solid victory on Chaos's part. So stay tuned for more battle reports, and happy wargaming.